Hey guys, it's Julian. Welcome back to my second video here. Right now I'm gonna be going over a tutorial on creating your own flipped classroom lesson plan, and I'm gonna outline my own lesson plan that I came up with. So I chose to do um, grade 8 history, the development of Western Canada, for my flipped classroom lesson plan. Um, so first, with any lesson plan, we need basically a template, and below in the description I have several links. Not all of them are lesson plan templates, but most of them are. You can go look at them. There's several there, and there's one website there that has many other lesson plan templates in there. Um, as well, within the description below, there's other resources that after the video, go ahead and take a look at. They bring you to how to basically set up your own the flipped classroom, how to come up with resources, how to find resources, how to come up with videos, how to make your own videos, how to find videos. It's just great websites down there. I suggest you guys look at them. So first, for mine, development of Western Canada. First, with any source, we need a lesson title. So lesson title is going to be development of Western Canada. Subject areas is going to be history and geography. Grade level, grade 8. Time needed for this one, with any flipped classroom, you need time needed for both in class and at home. You need to make sure that whatever you're making the students do at home on their computers has time limit, is time sensitive. Just like in the classroom, when you're talking about what they're learning at home, it has to be time sensitive. So to do that, first you need to have your resources in what you're going to teach. So what I'm going to teach is outlining the main factors contributing to the settlement and development of the Prairie Provinces, British Columbia, and the Yukon. To also describe the effects of development on various groups of people in the region from a variety of perspectives, and that is hinting at Aboriginal peoples. I'm also going to use a variety of resources and tools to gather, process, and communicate information about conflicts and changes that occurred during the development of Western Canada. It's also going to show how the history of the Canadian West has influenced both artistic, imaginative works and Canadian institutions. So this is going to be a huge unit, and we're just going to break it down into one lesson here. So we're going to focus mainly on the factors contributing to the settlement and development of the prairie provinces. Um, so for that lesson, what I would first want to do is go to any website that I have listed below in the description. One is called, if I want to get the name right here, it is called knowmia.com. Now, when you go to knowmia.com, they have a huge library of resources on every single subject you could possibly think of. And not only that, but they have the videos already made for you. And on top of that, they have other resources that teachers can look at. Now, knowmia.com is also a great place to help you create your own videos. And if you're into that, it's great. It's great for teachers to do that, and gets them more involved and more interactive with their students. And it allows them to present the material they want instead of having to sift through thousands of videos and to try to find the material and video that is best suited for them. Um, Interestingly enough, another great website to use is actually YouTube. YouTube has its own section for education. They have already sifted through thousands of their own videos, and they've developed their own education website where teachers can go, and they have educational videos on everything. So if you don't into making your own videos, that's a great place to look. With any um, flipped classroom, it is very important to not make the videos too long that you're choosing. You're going to lose your audience, and they just won't be interested because they're going to be at home too. You got to remember that they're home. You need to get them engaged. So trying to find a fun and interactive video and or game is very important. So going through my lesson here, my learning objectives I already outlined. Student learning resources at home. For me, for the development of the Western Canada, I could probably easily find a video outlining Métis culture in the West, and it could be a great 10-minute video, and then I can have the students watch that and answer questions after watching the video. So what you have to do is find your resources. Make sure those resources are consistent with what you want to teach. Um, you have to make sure to put these online for the students to see, of course. And the next thing now is to figure out what the students have to do after watching the video. So, for example, you can give them a worksheet to take home, and after watching the video, fill in the worksheet. Examples, what I could do is I would ask the students to watch the video and come up with 15 questions about the video, or videos if you want to make them watch multiple videos, and ask them to write down questions and to come to class, and we could take 20 minutes. You would outline that in your lesson plan how long you wanted to in class to have that discussion. Now moving on, you have to list your classroom activities and your materials. So who's going to be facilitating the whole group discussion? Are you going to be breaking up into the groups? Are you going to be working together as a class? Are you going to have them work in pairs? You have to address that. Also, how are you assessing them? Are you assessing them formative, summative, challenging questions, interactive quizzes and/or tests? You have to be careful, and you have to try to limit the amount of time that you are lecturing to your students. It is very difficult when you're planning a flipped classroom to not lecture to your students. You have to budget that time, because lecturing to students is as I said in the last video, not the best way of teaching students. So I hope you guys have learned from this video. If you guys have more questions, please look at the description below. There's tons of resources there to help you out. Like I said, without you having the resources right away, it's hard to say what exactly you want to teach, because the flipped classroom is a difficult strategy to use, but it is possible, and it is very helpful for students. You have to know your material, you have to know your students, the hardest part is finding materials, to be honest. Finding the right videos, finding the right quizzes, but if you are determined, you can very easily find videos. And if you're a great teacher, maybe you make them yourself, right? Look at there's in the description, there's several lesson plan templates and other resources you can look at. So thanks for listening, guys, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.